Giants have just seen the Dallas Cowboys score a touchdown, and their lead over the Cowboys has been cut to 17-9, and with the extra point now it's 17-10. Phil Simms, 12 yards to Mark Ingram, questionable call here.
Well, the call was that he wasn't in, and it's right. The right foot was down, but notice the left foot, when it comes down by Ingram, touches the out-of-bounds marker. Not a completed pass. The Giants are smart enough to get up, kick extra point before can be reviewed.
Phil Simms came back with a 7-yard touchdown pass to number 80, Bob Morosco there, and then Emmitt Smith from 3 yards out scores his first National Football League touchdown. The extra point was good, and so the Giants' lead over Dallas is now 17-10 early in the third quarter. Meanwhile, Indianapolis at Philadelphia, they've gone to the third quarter. The Eagles lead the Colts 17-10. Randall Cunningham has hit Keith Jackson for a 35-yard touchdown pass in that game. Tampa Bay at Minnesota. Third quarter score, the Bucs lead it by a touchdown. 10-3 is the score there. Wade Wilson looking on in street clothes as Rich Gannon got the start. Terry Bradshaw, you said that Tampa Bay was going to look to run the football. Gary Anderson does here.
They are. Notice they're out of split backs. Both backs are split wide, and all that does is allow the guards into center against a team that has one middle linebacker. You can read him, and it's easier to block, easier for Testaverde to direct his running game.
Well, under Rich Gannon, the Vikings aren't able to muster anything so far. It's 10-3 Bucs. In Detroit, the game you are watching now, the Lions leading the Green Bay Packers 14-10 at halftime. Rodney Peete to Richard Johnson for a touchdown that was called back, Terry.
In the back of the end zone. It looks like it's a good catch, but the ref sitting in the backfield judge noticed that he did not have possession. That was a ruling. Now, you can see left hand, a bobble, then the right hand, and then the ball goes down. And, of course, Wayne Fonts is irate, but no avail. It's still an incompletion.
A little bit less than pleased as Wayne Fonts was 14-10 at halftime. The Lions with the 4-point lead. In Buffalo, they've gone to the third quarter, and the Broncos lead the Bills 14-3. Bobby Humphrey's gone over 100 yards for the third time this season. Thurman Thomas of the Bills, meanwhile, has been held to just 12 yards rushing. They're in the third quarter. The Broncos lead it. At Pittsburgh, the Steelers' offense just horrendous. The Dolphins lead it 21-3 in the third quarter. Pittsburgh had 1 first down in the first half, 27 total yards. Their offense is in deep trouble. The Dolphins lead it 21-3. Updating the Victor Kiam story in New England. After again publicly apologizing to reporter Lisa Olson, Kiam stated on the NFL Today that management changes would be forthcoming. He hinted at a suspension of general manager Patrick Sullivan and called for Patriots players to step forward and apologize. Kiam has just told us he will address the squad before and after today's game against the Jets, and that what he has to say is, quote, much more important than football. We'll, of course, continue to monitor.